Per Governor Baker, March 10th, 2020, order suspending certain provisions on the open meeting law, LL C30A S something 20, allowing a public body to conduct its meeting in public space so it is open and physically accessible to the public, provided the public body makes provision to ensure public access to deliberations of the public body for interested members of the public through adequate alternative means. Adequate alternative means of public access shall means measures that shall provide transparency and permit timely and effective public access to the deliberations of the public body. Did I just repeat that?
Okay.
Without limitations provided by the public access through telephone, internet, satellite enabled audio or video conferencing or any other technology that enables the public to clearly follow the proceedings of the public body while those activities are occurring. Where allowance for active real-time participation of members of the public is specific requirement for general or specific law or regulation or local ordinance or bylaw pursuant to which the proceeding is conducted by any alternative means of public access must provide for such participation.
Nice.
So interpret that, please.
So Channing, you can start your thing now.
Does that mean that Zoom is sufficient?
Zoom is sufficient. If anybody wants to join us, I have a special little button here to let them in, like I let you in. So far, nobody has joined us, but we are open to the public for our proceedings.
Okay, we're calling the meeting of the Newbury Historical Commission to order on March 11th at 7:04 p.m.
Fabulous.
Clerk, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
She has a tiny flag.
Pledge of Allegiance to the
I have my
flag
flag.
Of the United States of America.
And to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
with liberty.
with liberty and justice for all.
Ooh, we have a guest.
Nice flag.
Whatever it
Okay,
takes.
let's go over let's quickly review minutes of the meeting Thursday, March 12, 2020. Hopefully everybody has a copy.
I don't have a copy, but it's on my computer. Well, go ahead.
Well, you did read them, I'm sure.
Dump you guys and go over and get them.
Seems like so long ago we were talking about all this stuff.
It was a year ago.
Yeah.
I see Tony has joined us.
Welcome.
Just for the record, I sent it to Nancy, so she proofread it for me.
Okay, good.
She doesn't usually miss anything, so it's awesome.
All right, any errors or omissions to the minutes of the meeting?
None that I can see.
Any corrections? Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes as written?
I motion.
Okay, second? Somebody yell out second.
On. Anyone?
Second,
Second.
Okay. Motioned and seconded, all in favor accepting the minutes as written? Aye.
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 And just so for the record, usually we go around and just ask if they ask everybody, like, Channing, do you
Everybody just-
accept?
Well, maybe if everybody just says the aye, my name.
Okay.
Like the Three
Aye.
Stooges.
Rebecca?
Hi, Lon.
Aye, Channing.
Aye, Jan.
All right, we got that covered.
Okay.
All right, Lon, brief treasurer's report.
I did write up the year-end treasurer's report. I didn't send it out because I just finished it this morning. Was going to send the current one. I'll give you the current numbers because, well, actually, at the year end, the gifts and donations was $1,817.45, and it still is. So that's today's report. The special fund, it was $34.56 and it still is. And the balance at the end was about, I think, hang on, it's right here. I didn't print it out. Is that true? April, that's April. Well, I can't remember what it was, but but then it zeroed out. So on the 1st of July, it went back to zero, and then they funded us for FY 2021, and so our balance is now $1,800. So we went up from $1,375 to $1,800. We requested more this last time,
Okay.
and got it. So our balance is today, as of today, in the general fund, $1,800, in the gifts and donation, $1,817.45, and in the special fund, $3,456.67. And I will send those out tomorrow, the year-end treasurer's report and the one for today. That's the one I didn't finish. I had all the numbers, I just didn't have time to put it in.
Okay, we'll cover expenditures with that $1,800 under new business. Thank you, Lon. Next thing on the agenda, website report.
Yes. Admittedly, haven't done too much all year because I haven't even been on it. So get back up into the adding things and whatnot.
Have you actually been into it and the mechanics? You're into the safe and you can work in there?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's just a matter of, getting directives and adding more things when we need to. So we can manipulate the website, no problem.
Okay.
So that's the beauty of, we can, from the old stuff that Lon had and stuff, we can still access it, no problem. It's just a matter of adding the Atkinson's house, stuff like that. We can get to that easily. We should
Okay.
probably consider, talking about more tabs or something, however way we want to, if it's just under photos and just create other aspects of things.
Well, Chris gave us a good base to work with. I understand it may be, it's in your ballpark at this point, at your discretion. I'd like to continue to build it. I'm very excited. You've been following the conversations too on a lot of the research work Jack Rybicki's done with the Newbury's chatter and all the photographs he's digging up, and it shows. I don't know if other members have been following Newbury chatters as
A lot of
far
stuff out there that I didn't realize was out there from other communities.
for a week about the trolley and the snowplow and the snow, this and all this stuff, and people are sending photos in.
Yeah.
And I had photos from a train magazine, and it just went on and on and on. So that we keep spidering off, but I'd like, as soon as you can, to meet
Compile
with
those.
the IT person for the town
Mhm.
and find out about storage, electronic storage. We see a picture of a trolley car and it's floating by on the internet. We need to grab it. And it shouldn't be in everybody's computer like happened with Chris. I don't understand why we don't have a central storage system that we have a password to, that if we all get killed in a bus accident this weekend, the photos are still saved.
Right. Makes sense.
So,
All right, so that's Matt. That's who I talked to about setting up the Zoom stuff, right? So
I guess so. I don't know his name.
yeah, his name's Matt.
And
So-
along that same vein, Dick Purinton gave me a stack of photographs and 2 albums about 2 weeks ago.
Fantastic.
I've been going through, and he wants them back.
Right, just scanning them.
But we scan all those pictures. They're all like they're home photographs. So pictures of their house, 50 years ago and things like that too. And some of them we don't even know what they are. Some of them have little labels on, and some of the labels are sitting in a pile.
Okay.
That
Better
were
than nothing.
off the photograph.
So when the COVID thing's over, we got to remember that they have a $1 million scanner at the town hall for documents. And a while ago, we were all set up that we could go in, and when we were scanning maps or documents or something. But so we can't do it right now, but when this is all settled down.
Whose office is that in?
Jan, do you know it? You remember that?
Well, I know that we had the scanner printer when Nancy made copies of the map, I think the aerials or something, the
Yeah.
aerial maps, to
So-
put them
so-
on a stick to save them.
Yeah.
But I don't know about it's not like a regular scanner unless there's one on the second floor in the admin area.
Okay.
Well, maybe this guy Matt knows. I'm positive the town purchased an advanced piece of equipment for scanning larger and bigger and more high def documents. I know we own it, so maybe we can find out where it is.
I can scan 8.5 by 11s.
Yeah, but sometimes you get stuff that's way
whatever
bigger.
resolution. I mean, I could get down to where if the resolution's in the photograph, I can pick it up. I could do 1,000 dots per inch. So I mean, so for as far as what Dick gave me, I'm set.
Okay.
All right, and you're gonna scan all those lawn that Dick gave you? Okay, good.
And I'll do the same thing. I'll put them on one of the flash drives. I don't know what I'll do with it then, but
Yeah.
we give it
Well,
to.
I guess the question is, how does Rebecca get them up on the website?
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. We need to have like a centralized place where then like wherever we get all these things, like I have the Atkinson House, like they almost be put into like one central
Like a cloud?
like terabyte somewhere that's accessible through the internet, so we can, dump them all to one spot.
And even ones that don't get put on the website, they should be in some type of storage system that's
Yeah.
under the auspices of the town. And we'll eventually start putting our documents in there and tons of stuff in there once we know. And if there isn't, then tell us there isn't. And then I think we ought to have a cloud system. If the town doesn't have this capability, then we ought to consider a cloud system. So at midnight tonight, if I want to go find all the pictures to a house, and it can be the houses we've inspected, in houses, and then in less important houses, everything. We should just have a password and be able to go into a storage system somewhere.
Yeah, so like look it up by address and be able to like find all the photos from like whatever that house is, and you can just kind of like keep going or whatever.
And eventually, maybe it'll lead to paperwork reduction by scanning our documents at the same time, and then we can just throw them away or something. I don't know.
Well,
So-
I have all of my stuff that's on my computer on a flash drive that's for the historical commission. So, and I've already told my family, should I get hit by a bus or something, anything that even looks like the historical commission should all be taken to town hall and told that it's it's for the historical commission and to contact them to get it. So
Okay.
it
I
won't
like that
go
you have that in your
missing.
like last will and testament. It's all
Yeah, well,
in case of emergency, get this to the his.
I have boxes that there, and they all say historical commission, historical commission. So I've already told my sister, and it'll be in the notes for my niece.
I have boxes too, in case something happens. They're up at the top of the stairs. It says Historical Commission.
And some of the old minutes and everything, I brought those down not too long ago and put them in the schoolhouse, because we really have no place to store anything. And I put labels on the boxes, and then I wrote a note to keep track of what's in what box, so that if I'm trying to find it from here, I'll know it's down there.
Is that in the attic or is it in the?
No, I just put them underneath where the cabinet is before you get to the stairs. Yeah,
It's all right. It's safe in there.
On the left there.
Yeah.
so just, that's what it's there, that's what, where they're at. That's the full copies of the minutes with all the backup, because I'm running out of house.
Makes sense. Totally
Well, in closing on the website, I think that we're in the electronic era. We're in the research era. People researching their families, researching their houses, researching the town, and we'll get clicks if we continue to advance the website. I don't know anymore if we have to do keywords and all the search words like the old days, but the world's out there. They spend the whole night on the computer and they're looking for Newbury, Mass. We know that. We can see that with all the requests we get. So let's continue to jazz up and let's get these photos going, and we'll go from there. But website, definitely a key to making our historical commission known, and clicks, as they say, getting the clicks. So Jan, do you want to go forward with correspondence?
Well, we have quite a bit of correspondence. See, it's how we have 12 months worth of correspondence. So I gave, I know Channing has his packet because I left it in his driveway.
I forgot to go by and grab mine. I meant to, and I forgot to.
So, I mean, a lot of the stuff is people send us notes, letters, information.
I'll go over some of the stuff that.
I mean,
Okay, the guy from the guy from Arizona with the picture in the picture frame. Well, we haven't contacted him. I don't know, maybe send him a postcard.
wait a minute, maybe we
Nope.
did. We did, actually, that one.
So that one's,
I sent it out to all the members at the time, and Lon actually did some research and sent the information to me, and I forwarded it to Mr. Twidwell. Because at first we thought it was, he wrote Newbury Park, and I think he was writing Newburyport, but there is a Newbury Park, and it is in California. So I'm like,
Did it wrong.
Massachusetts that you're looking for, because there's a Newbury Park out there. It's in California. So he was really happy. Lon gave him some info. I had given him the contact information to talk to the HIST, which is now the Moon. And so he seemed very pleased with what he got and thanked us. So he's actually done with, and I accidentally put it in the packet.
It was
And we got-
real easy finding the history on that. It was real easy.
So he was very happy. So thank you for that, Lon. We got the letter from the Pink House. I believe I forwarded the email to everybody. That Rochelle was looking for support. We got an email from Laurie Rowan, who has the Little Red Schoolhouse in Boxford. And she was asking if she could come to see the schoolhouse, and I told her obviously it was closed because this was in February. So I told her we're still closed for now, but we would let her know when we're open. She's trying to get she's restoring an 1854 schoolhouse in Boxford.
Huh.
She wanted to know what we did, and I told her basically that it was part of the matching funds, but that she was welcome to come and see it anytime she wanted. Let us
Is that a
know.
personal project or is she doing it for the town?
Well, I don't know she said, I saw your schoolhouse in Newbury and was impressed. I'd like to visit the inside. And then, because she's restoring one in Boxford, but she doesn't.
It's municipal. It's
Is it? Yeah.
municipal because she's asking for a CPC grant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading from backwards and going forward. Yeah, she's on the historical commission and they're looking for a grant. So I
Okay.
told her when we opened, we would let her know. She could want to come in.
Jan, I answered her thing saying, if it was just her and maybe two other people, let me know and I'd walk across the street and stand there while they look
Let
at
'em
it.
in.
But
Yeah.
she never got back to me. She never got back to me. So
Well,
Oh,
good, good,
Well, when did
good
you
thinking,
send
Lauren.
that? You
That's
gotta
months
let me
ago.
know when you're answering people, so I'm not answering them twice. If you
No,
would,
I
if
saw
you
your
would.
answer. I saw your answer.
Yeah, but I didn't see yours. Yeah,
Actually, I thought I CC'd you on it. I couldn't do the whole board, but I thought I CC'd you on the
well,
email.
I don't see it. Maybe you did, but I don't see it. So that's okay. I just want to make sure we all have a record of everything, so
Yeah.
we're not, it's not getting double dipped, so to speak.
Well,
Or
it
contradicting each other.
sounded like she was going to bring a troop of people with her.
Oh.
And I wasn't very comfortable with that. But I'm double dosed now. I've got on the 15th, I've got 2 weeks after my second vaccine.
Oh, then you're free to go.
And
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
older
assume-
than sin. I was in phase 1.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting a
So,
shot.
so
Are we
on the
opening
school,
again?
go ahead, Beck.
No, I was just gonna say, are we planning on opening again come springtime and stuff? Is that the thought process? Or are we gonna,
I'll
Yeah.
sit there now, no problem.
At everybody's discretion. I don't know if the governor has any more restrictions on a tourism spot like that anymore or not.
yeah, I wasn't sure what because I know that some like museums are opening, so like I didn't know if that made ours technically,
Well, I guess as a board, we need to when we're ready, we need to send a memo. I think it's still the head of our health department.
Okay,
Well, is still in the final say for the town.
gotcha.
So-
I wouldn't let 2 families in yet, but if it's just one family going through at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
I
is
don't think
most
we should
likely
do
the
that.
case. It's not often that you get more than, one car lot there at a time, really.
I've had 3 there.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had.
I asked the health department when we were talking about maybe opening it, like in the end of the summer for, for a month,
Like just have like August where it's open or something, or
Yeah, and I remember I talked to the health department and they said because we were asking about the Jiffy John or porta
right.
potty or whatever the generic
Porta potty.
name for it is. They said that if we have that there, that we are responsible for cleaning it every time someone uses it.
All right, well, that answers that question.
But we just can't have one. We just can't have one of those. That's all.
So we'd have to, if we
Right, so
had
so
something,
whoever's
we'd have to
the
put
host-
something on the door that says, this hand sanitizer is attached. There is no deep cleaning or something, use at your own risk, because
No.
I don't know, I'm not going out there cleaning the toilet every hour to someone.
So we need to send a fresh when you're ready, we need to send a fresh memo to the health department, not a phone call, something on paper. So they answer us on paper on how we're supposed to open the schoolhouse, or if they say we can't. But we need a record. We don't need to make our own decisions. Let them tell us yes, no, and these are the rules. That's what they're there for. And let's get it in writing so we don't get yelled at by somebody further down the line.
No, I did, I sent an email and they responded by email.
Okay, that's the way to do it.
But otherwise, if we do have people coming in and people are still a little concerned about COVID or having too many people in the room at a time, I thought we could open the back door
So
where
there's,
the
yeah,
privy
airflow.
used to be, so people can flow in around the thing and out the back door.
Yeah.
And maybe move or have them come in the back door and have them go out the front door where the sign book is, or we can move the sign-in sheet or whatever.
Yeah,
Just
that's
so there's nobody crossing in that little tiny space.
Well, make sure the door opens, and make sure the stairs are still usable before you do that.
Were we gonna cut down the
Back door,
bushes?
only that back door opens fine, and there's like a big platform step there. It's not like stairs. It's the
Yeah,
one
like-
on the back side of it.
The big granite piece or something?
Not as far off the ground as the front is.
No, yeah, it's only like I'd say, like the height of a soda can, maybe off the ground. That's it.
Okay.
So it's just a choice, if we wanted to do that.
I remember we mentioned trimming the bushes at one point.
Yeah, Fred will
Throwing
trim
that
the
out there again.
lilac bush.
It's because it's so big and it like, you cut those things down, it would regrow in like 3 years.
Well, they have to be
Like
cut
well,
a certain time of the year, or you cut off next year's blossoms
no, I think you're supposed to do it after it flowers.
right after.
Yeah. But
before
just a
it
thought,
gets
'cause
warm.
I've got a portable trimming thing. I could go out and do it if we wanted to do it.
it's so big and lanky, and I just think if we like brought it back down so it could get, short and bushy again and not be like a block to the door, because you almost don't see the door, you know what I mean? Like, because it gets so crazy.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be reined in. Fred and Nancy said they would do it. Maybe we can send them a message and see if we can get that done.
FYI, the inside lights are on in the schoolhouse.
Yes. It's
All
on,
the time?
it's on a timer.
Oh.
And that, I was gonna ask that question under new business. Should I do that or not?
You have the lights on in the schoolhouse now?
On a timer.
How do you have that?
Put a timer where they plug in.
Yeah.
No,
Some
I mean, not the window lights. She's-
The overhead lights on. The
Oh,
one,
you-
the one over this top has got
Oh,
that
I
plug
was-
in the floor. I just put
Yeah.
a timer in there. I was gonna ask you what everybody thought of that. I've already received 2 phone calls telling me the lights are on in the schoolhouse.
And I received one,
And you got some too. Okay.
so
So maybe I
why,
should.
why were we
stop
doing that? Just out of curiosity?
For
it.
like,
It looks so nice
security.
to have the window lights out there. I thought it might be neat to have the interior of the school lit up. Maybe not. I was gonna ask what everybody thought about it.
I'm only a little nervous about that plug personally.
yeah, we don't need a fire. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
I don't know that that's it's a, like a grounded plug on the lamp cord, because
It is not a 3-prong, no.
yeah, it's just 2.
no, but is it one
Oh.
side bigger than the other?
Take it back. It is 3, but I don't know that the thing that the extension cord that plugs into it is 2-prong. The socket itself is 3-prong. So that's got a ground wire, but the extension cord going up into the attic doesn't.
Yeah,
Is
that's
only
the thing that makes me a little nervous
okay. Well, I'll turn it off.
personally. I mean, if you want to plug one of the candles in on the desk or something on a timer, but the light being in the attic like that makes me nervous, because, I think it was kind of jimmied.
Yeah, I was going to ask what everybody thought of that. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's a nice
it also
idea.
it also invites
but-
people. It also invites people to go out there and look in the school at night, and I'm not sure if we want to do that either. That was
Yeah,
my-
that's what I'm more thinking of. Like, you don't notice it when it's dark, but people might pay more attention to it if it's lit up at night.
I'll unplug it. It's easy.
Yeah,
Okay, well, it was a nice idea though, but yeah,
romantic and seeing it like,
Well, I missed the lights in the windows. That's
Yeah,
I
kind of
hear
bad.
you. Yeah.
That doesn't invite people to come up and look in the window though, where the light
No.
inside does.
right.
We'll get back to
Correspondence.
correspondence. We got it, I just got some stuff when I went into town hall yesterday. Somebody from the Elliott Historical Society in Elliott, Maine, sent us this little tiny photograph. That says it's like a street, it's a sign. But it must have been from here, and it was part of their collection, and they have no use for it, so they sent it. And it shows a big rectangular wooden sign that says Rowley 1 mile, Ipswich 5 miles. So it must have been some kind of a road sign, and it's got a number 18 at the bottom of it. So it must have been from way back when, because I haven't seen photographs like this since the ones
Yeah.
of when my mother was little.
Put it closer to your, put it closer to your
It won't
camera.
matter. You're not gonna see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's too small. Trust me, it's too small. So you're not gonna read it.
No, I
So-
can't. I wasn't gonna try and read it. I was just wondering what it looked like.
Yeah,
It-
like
it-
from like the 50s or something, but like that looks like an old,
This isn't that old.
And plus, it's gonna be probably backwards.
I don't
No,
know.
yeah, I
How
don't
old?
know.
I don't know.
I'm looking at the photo. The photo itself.
What's I mean? Like the,
They don't make, they didn't make pictures like this since like maybe the 50s.
that's what I said.
Yeah,
But
that, but I don't think
actually, you
so.
could tell by the weight of the paper how old it is. The older it is, the heavier the paper was.
Yeah, well, this is like paper thin, but
Oh, okay.
it could have been a copy, but it's shiny, so I don't know. But
You don't know when it was printed either. It could be an old photograph on a new,
right,
Paper.
so
Yeah.
I'll send her a thank you
Paper.
note.
Cool.
All right. We got a notification about the historical preservation applications, which we never do. And then we got this a brochure from Epoch, EPOCH, preservation.
Mhm.
This is so weird. They do gravestone cleaning and restoration.
oh, yeah. I saw that.
So I'll keep that if we ever need it for something.
It's amazing how they can make the thing look brand new. the
Yeah.
stones. Man.
And we also received enclosed is a copy of some photos I found of my grandmother. Her name was Jessie Orilla Simon Foster. She was from Haverhill. I don't know why they thought we would like them, but they sent them to me. And I think it's because this one picture is of the lighthouse. I mean, they're just they're copies of photographs. So I will send her a thank you note.
Nice. Okay.
And then we received a backup from the Registry of Deeds, which came in 2020.
Yeah, that's a notable records project.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever have, if anybody wants to work on it. It's just a historical project that the Essex County Register of Deeds is doing, looking for significant historical stories about different properties in the Essex County.
That's cool.
So,
we actually discussed this in the meeting last year,
Yeah.
okay,
but then
okay,
because it was the last meeting, nothing happened.
yeah.
So-
Is that for historic homes or homesteads?
Yes.
I wrote up a big thing on the Plumber House. Back when it was up for grabs and is now destroyed.
Well, if you go to town hall and get your packet, you'll see this Commonwealth of Mass thing in there,
Okay,
or I can send it to you. And let us see what you're sending, I guess, and
Yeah, it should at least go across our desk.
the woman that was buying it, her realtor asked me if I would write up the history of the house for her. And she was gonna print it out and have it there when they came in the first day after they bought it.
oh, I remember
So-
you told me that, yeah.
So, all right, that's good. We'll do the Plumber House first, and so.
And I
um,
have a lot of pictures of the inside of that, but don't tell anybody because I was trespassing.
Well, that's nice, because you're just now videoed
I was
on
gonna
a
say, you
public,
just told.
on a
It-
public
it-
screen.
I know, it was during an open house.
Note
but
to
I-
self,
but
if
I
you
don't know
have
whether
a
you're supposed to take
secret,
pictures.
don't tell it over our recorded video
Yeah.
meeting that's gonna be on the website.
I wasn't worried about it.
I know, that's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, it was legal then.
So we don't really have any other correspondence that I mean, I've tried to respond to anything that's come through in the past year, because sometimes they're looking for stuff and it has nothing to do with the historical commission.
Right.
So I have them look at our website. I give them the address. Of course, it's on the bottom too of my signature on the official historical email. And then I also give them the information for the HIST. And depending on what they're asking, sometimes I have information about how they can contact the library, because they have that whole genealogy thing. And I just give them all that and tell them that we're not a historical society, we are a historical commission, and we don't handle that at a normal pace. So these people have resources and do these things so they can be better helping of them. So I think we're done with, thank goodness, mail.
Okay,
Oh, and then the last thing, but the last thing is the next thing down anyway, which is the email we got from Bethany.
yeah, I've got it in my hand. So we've got an email from Bethany at Historic New England in reference to the restoration for the Dole Little House. They're going for a grant and they're looking for the endorsement of the local historical commission, which I'm completely for, and they need it right away for what they're doing. So I think for it's the Dole Little House, they're doing the roof, they're doing windows. What else does it say?
The roof, mortar loss in the chimney, the windows are separating from the trim. And so they want the grant for that.
Yeah,
Rebecca, do you know where this is?
Yeah,
Down by the river?
yeah.
That's the house.
yeah. So, Jan, why don't you do it in the form of do it in the form of a motion? We'll just vote on it.
Okay, I make a motion that we have me send the letter to Mass Historical Commission that Bethany kindly provided and give our endorsement, but for them to get this grant. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Lon's on the second.
Hmm.
All in favor?
Aye, Jan.
Aye.
All right, Lon, or whatever we're saying. Those windows, those are lead glass triangles, those old
Yes,
windows.
they are.
Yeah, those aren't gonna be cheap.
Beautiful. So I'll send the letter to her, maybe tonight, if not tomorrow morning.
Mm.
She'll be very happy. Bethany, that is. So, okay, we're
Okay,
done with
next.
that, I would say.
All right, next thing on the agenda, DDB 26 Elm Street, Governor Dahmer's Academy. Sent to me with a delay from the building inspector. Governor's has decided that this building is not savable. So as a reference point, in case anybody did not figure out which one it is. So it's behind the little red schoolhouse at Governor Dahmer Academy. It's sort of it's been added to and added to and added to, and now it's sinking. Nothing even comes close to lining up. I was optimistic before I got there. And with that statement, I was not circumventing anybody. I met with the two maintenance men to get pictures. I was not doing anything out of normal procedure. I did go there and get pictures. I talked to the head of maintenance, and the other two maintenance guys were there. I asked about the origin of the building. They said they thought it had been moved from the other side of the academy, late 1800s. Jan, what was the date I saw you put it down somewhere? 1700s, no? Jan, did you get a date?
I could not keep finding a date because I had trouble. You told me, I believe, wait 1 second, excuse me. I had to get my huge note. You said it was 1700s and you thought it was moved in the 1800s.
Right, so,
The thing is that that whole area was called Daniel Noyes Estate.
Okay.
uh-huh.
So they did this whole estatey thing. I don't know. Can you guys even see this? I'm
Yeah.
trying to,
No, I can see it.
because I can't see the camera now, what I'm showing you, so I'm trying. But it's hard to track now because of this book and plan of this estate thing. So I'm having
Huh.
trouble trying to keep the house going backwards. If that makes any sense, because you keep looking for the book and page from the previous, but this thing's got me hung up, so I kept hitting a wall. But it is listed on the town website as being 1776. And what a good
Yeah.
year that was.
So I'd say looking through it and looking at the remaining last couple beams that were in the attic, hand carved pegs, sort of a spindly frame, that it is early 1700s. It's been restored. So in a summary, it was a 1-story building. They took the roof completely off and added the second story. So the roof rafters are later, other than the ones on each end. So yes, the ones on the end were early. So they've added a second story to it. So it's all, and the rooms are not usable as far as size. The stairwells are unusable. It's in its original, it was probably a beautiful, very small house, early 1700s, when Central Street went right by the front of it. At this point, it is structurally unsound, and the top has been removed, and a probably 100-year later addition has been put on the top of it. And the house, the chimney's pushed up in the middle. So the chimney has lifted the floors up. There's a exaggerated difference in the floor of some of the rooms. The floor on one side of the room is 4 inches higher than the other. And the building is, I'm afraid there's nothing that can be done with this building.
Building is settling.
Yeah.
The chimney is probably stationary, and we rented a place in Newburyport like this, and the floors went like this away from the chimney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see it a lot in the brick floor here with the folding chairs up against it.
Mine
Yeah.
Like,
has disappeared.
The
Because
because I'm
pictures
trying
show.
to share the screen. The screen's not sharing with you?
No.
It did, and then they
No.
went
Well,
away.
it's sharing, but there's no picture.
Oh, weird. All right.
Well, it may be, we may have zoomed. We
Out
may
of
be
it?
way zoomed in. I don't know.
Here,
There
here we
There you
go.
go.
Oh,
What
I
was it? It was
stopped.
just there. Oh, it was
Oh,
there.
sorry. I just stopped it again.
Okay.
Anyways, I was trying to share the pictures.
Yeah.
So,
forward that to me at some point.
I can do that.
so as far as walls and paneling, the only old wainscoting is on the left and right of the fireplace. It's only 2 feet wide. The rest of the building, it's been redone and been redone. They mentioned in their application to save the mantel pieces. Can we get a picture of one of the formal fireplaces?
Hold on. Give me 1
When
second.
you first put it up, it worked.
I know. Hold on. Let me see. I'm new to this, so I'm still trying to. have the screen up.
You got us on here, so you're doing something good.
I know. Give me a second. So, which one do you want me to pull up?
White fire, not the cooking fireplace, the formal fireplace. Any one of them.
All right, let me see if I can do that. Share screen.
But pretty commonplace.
That
Well, that's what I'll keep talking, Lon.
Yep.
So Lon, well, everybody, I'm of the opinion that that's not that's like later.
Yeah.
other than the beautiful jam hooks, I'm pretty sure that's later. And it's
Or it's
really, it's
Definitely
just,
been modified.
yeah, it's just an accent on top, so we'll send them. I am going to make a recommendation about a little bit of the hardware there to send back to them with our answers. So
Did the fireplaces have any hardware in them? You know, things for
no.
cooking?
No, I don't. We can write that in, as there was no electricity lawn, so I couldn't see in everything.
Okay.
The fireplaces did have period jam hooks, which I'm going to recommend they save. But the fireplaces had been reworked. Some of them had the tilted frames in the back, so we know they had been updated. So the cranes have probably been taken out. There's a good picture of the second floor. There you go.
Go back
So
again here.
that framework right there is the only framework that was first period that was left, because they literally took the whole second floor, the roof off, and then built this Storybrooke Village on top. So, and the final discussion, the final closing to this application is they're prepared to outwait us on the 9 months anyhow on the demo. So, you know, I wasn't happy about that, but it's.
What would we do with it? What would we recommend?
Yeah, so as much as we would like to examine it more, there's nothing left to save here. We need to, as a group, we need to remember how strict these money lenders and home inspectors and stuff are as far as the engineering of these antique houses now as being considered safe. And I wouldn't consider this building safe or savable. So
You'd have to take it down to the skeleton and then jack the house back up to where it had settled, and then rebuild everything. And then what did we save?
if it was a fine specimen, I'd certainly say that. I'd be all over it. But it's not. It's not. And the floor joist, the first floor joist, they've been slowly replacing them with modern lumber. This is a write-off. So I will make the motion. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead with the motion. Is there any more? I'm going to make the motion to go ahead and allow Governor Dahmer Academy to, we will issue the demolition permit on this building with brief recommendations to follow. If I have a second, please.
Second,
Second on Jan. I'll start out discussion on this. Jan, do you have your pad ready there? For
Ted,
to write, fresh write.
Writing
This
all
is a brief recommendation as far as artifacts in the building to be saved. The Historical Commission would like to recommend to GDA that the first period brass jam hooks on the fireplaces and any other early fireplace hardware be saved. That the,
yeah, I don't do shorthand, so
okay, I'll go slow. Tell me
is
when
it
you're ready.
actually jam, like jelly jam,
Yes.
JAM?
Yep.
Okay. And other brass,
And other fireplace hardware.
yeah,
And in
Anything unique and historic, I mean, would be.
Yeah.
so
Would they
and
save
then-
the beams that are still there, you think? Are they anybody's gonna pull those out of the lumber or no?
I don't, there's no majestic beams there. The ones that are photoed in the attic they're like 4x4. I don't think so. So I don't see them using them for anywhere else. Like if there was a 12 by 12, I'd say, oh,
Yeah.
well, save it for a mantelpiece or a sign arm or something, but I didn't see anything in
Nothing worth
there.
it. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah,
I
so,
assume also that the floors aren't original, not from
They don't look it.
1775.
no,
So
no, they're
so there's
additional.
no wood to save there.
Apparently
So-
there's
It's just gonna be
graffiti on the
fine.
plaster that goes back over 100 years.
Oh,
So that's up to them. In addition to that, Jan, to save the first period door hardware, to include the beautiful box door lock on the front door. The front door of the house has a fabulous box lock, surface mounted box lock on the front door. I don't know if, I think I got it in one of the photos. I'm not sure.
Is the door worth saving?
you
Or
can
is it just
see
one of those thin
back.
tacked together things?
The problem with all the doors, Lon, is they're covered in lead. Nobody will ever use them.
Oh, yep. Good point.
So,
They don't look like the schoolhouse doors, do they?
yeah, well, is with the coating, what are you thinking? No, they don't look like the schoolhouse doors. I'll answer.
Okay, well, because they're like the ones we have, like they have the cracks in the inner panels and stuff, so I was just throwing it out there.
There's the door lock.
Oh,
See
yeah,
that,
look
Lon?
at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome.
So by far, the most important part of the house is screwed to the front door.
Figures.
Somebody's got any brains, they'll save the door hinges too.
With the very modern lock above it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Deadbolt.
So that's all the recommendations that I would like. The floor is open to any other discussion, or we'll go to a vote.
Jenny, you notice the door that's open in that picture? It just disappeared.
Sorry, I was
The door that has one on the back of it too, another one of those boxes,
No, I don't think it is a box.
right back here. You don't think it is back
Well,
there?
It could be.
It looks, I'm looking at the metal on the right-hand side.
Yeah, see how it's right here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right in the
yeah.
back on the left-hand side too. Yeah, right there. So there may
So
be. two of them.
Jan, did we say all first period door hardware?
No, you said on the front door.
Okay,
So
so
I'll
let's
just put all door.
all early door hardware.
I
to
love
be
the
saved.
hinges on these old doors because you.
Yeah,
can
that's what I was
just
gonna say.
open
The
door.
hinges could be really nice too. They're probably all painted, but I can't really see.
Well, no, they're not.
Yeah, these aren't.
Yeah, well, what's neat about them is you can just pick the door up and take it off.
Yeah.
There's no thing, a bolt that hammered down inside of it.
The pin.
Pins, yeah.
They
What
just
else
lift
do we got
off.
here? Nothing
So-
on that.
Jan, in closing on that memo, something flowery saying that we would think that the academy would keep these for future projects, as far as keeping them. We don't want to see them lost somewhere and end up in somebody's taking them.
Basement, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely part of, I mean, that lock hardware was there when George Washington rode by.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Yeah, look at the floor. Oy vey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The place we rented in Newburyport that I said where the floor went up to the chimney. If you were standing over here and you turned around and walked toward the chimney, you would trip on the floor.
Yeah.
It was like this.
Wow.
So if you
Well,
see
that's what this looked like.
the cooking fireplace, you'll see it's been repaired twice. It has all new brick around
Brick in it,
above
yeah.
it. It had a big crack. And if you go back to the living room fireplace, not
This
that picture, there was another picture that the bricks were all clean.
This one?
Yeah, if you look at that, for you, see how that's been changed. So an early fireplace, a very early fireplace will have a flat back. It didn't cant in. I don't know the dates until they figured out that fireplace technology, that the way to get the heat to come into the room was to tilt the back of the fireplace forward, would mean it was later. So that's just a history lesson for the day.
Ah,
Yeah, well, then the heat gets transferred to the back and then it radiates it out into the room.
Into the room.
Yeah, rather than just rising past it.
Yeah,
It
going right up
actually
the chimney.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And at that point, they installed dampers in them. They figured all that out. So, all right, we're going to go to a vote here to, this is a vote to allow the demolition of 26, Jan, help, 26,
Yeah.
6 Elm Street.
do you want me to
26
read the description first before you do that? I've got the application in front of me.
Go ahead.
The Academy is considering demolishing the main structure, single-family residence at the address of 26 Elm Street. The structure's condition is such that restoration, renovation would far exceed the cost of tearing down and building a new structure. The Academy will plan on saving key historic elements of the house, including potentially the mantles, some of the timber frame, as well as plaster that has graffiti dating back more than 100 years. So we want to add to that then, I guess. If they're already saving some of it.
or hardware.
And that can be
hardware.
put in the note for the, it should be put on the permit link where you can put comments.
Yeah, so we did that for 1 Marshmeadow Lane. I got a copy of that somewhere. It was NHC recommendations. This is what we did for 1 Marshmeadow Lane. So we'll do the.
Yeah,
So
but
you
that
probably
was
got
that
in
was
your
a memo
computers.
we sent to Sam. I don't think that was attached to permit link.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Sam attached it.
'Cause
So-
there's no cupola up there.
No, we'll get, yeah, I know, we'll get to that. Okay, all right, so you've read that, so we're ready to go. All right, we've made the motion, it's been seconded, all in favor. Channing, aye.
Hi, Rebecca.
Aye.
It was, I don't think it was. We didn't.
Oh, we didn't do the motion.
Oh, yes, we did. I'm so sorry. It's the other piece of paper.
We seconded.
Jan.
Yeah.
All
Jan,
in favor, yes.
Okay, that's 4 ayes. Okay, so, Jan, are you gonna do the permit link and the memo? So I don't need to do anything?
I will discuss that off camera,
Okay,
only because I might send it to you first, have you look at it. I don't
Okay.
want to assume I got down what you really wanted me to say.
okay. Yeah, send me a draft on that. I'll check it.
And
Okay,
then we can
26,
attach.
26 Elm Street done. So I'm gonna continue on old business and see how far we get here. So I'm not gonna drag this thing back up for more again. 1 Marshmeadow Lane. I have checked on permit link. Lawn, I understand the cupolas. These were recommendations put forward by us. So they've got the copy of the recommendations. The new building inspector has the copy of the recommendations. I did go on permit link last night. We're talking about 1 Marshmeadow Lane. Does not have a certificate of completion and does not have certificate of occupancy.
I couldn't
So-
tell if there was anybody in it, if it was being
Okay.
used without trespassing.
That was me. I'm making that statement because I went on permit link last night. So, other than that, the building looks complete. So that's as far as I got on that. I'll see if I can get a hold of building commissioner administrator and find out when final certificates will be done and make sure they have a copy of NHC recommendations. I think that's about all I can do.
We did recommend that they had a drawing with one cupola on the roof. We
Yeah.
recommended that they put both back, right?
Right.
Yes, that's the first line on the recommendations, the cupolas. So that's one Marshmallow Lane. Then I guess this is just coming across the desk here. 280 High Road Barn. They're doing renovations on the barn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
well.
they've taken a permit out for that. Has nothing to do with this. It's just an FYI that they've taken that out. No sign of a demo permit on that. So I guess that's as far as that goes.
There's no demolition permit?
Not on the building permit that I see.
Because they didn't demolish. There's two different ways to read all those words. They didn't raise the structure to the ground.
No.
They're doing a demo interior, and then
Well, they had to remove a lot of the framing work that was rotten out. And just to let you know, they did a fantastic job.
It's beautiful.
Of doing that. They had some really good construction team there. They really did a good job, I think.
if I go back far enough back that we were still in the real town hall, as I like to call it. They came in to talk to us before I think they had either just bought it or were going to buy it.
They
And
did the house first.
and they talked to us before they did anything.
They owned the house for a long time before they did it.
Yeah, well, before they got the permits out or anything, they invited them, they asked to be invited to the meeting, or just, they came to the meeting and asked to speak with us, and they were very forthright. And then we got a follow-up at one point from him, Mr. Kenny, right, Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny.
And he said that he had gone through that barn, I believe it was the same barn, and there was machine sawn boards in it, which obviously dates it a lot newer than the house structure.
Oh, yeah.
So it had already been demoed or replaced or refurbished, or whatever word you want to use, before they bought it. So technically they have not taken out stuff that was original to the barn back to the 1700s or whatever. So
They replaced, there are beams in there that are this
Yeah.
big, square.
Very impressive now.
And they removed them, jacked everything up, removed them, and then did a picture puzzle cut, and then slid the beams to put the beam in, slid them in and glued them into place, I guess. It's just, the workmanship is just incredible. It's just amazing. I haven't been in it in a little while.
Last time I was in it, I mean, the building's gonna last another 200 or 300 years now. Like it's very structurally sound, and I mean, it doesn't look like, it did a couple of years ago, because it was like
It's got more windows than it used to have.
Yeah, well,
But he saved the sliding doors too.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
the
what
barn
we wanted
doors
to
are
do
going
on the
back
barn
on.
down the street. Yeah.
let's not go there, please.
Okay.
yeah, no, it's
right,
not. It's
so-
better than that barn, because that's
Well, let's put it this way. These people mostly told us things that they actually followed through on. However, the other people did not. So-
Okay, next item.
So moving along.
All
Danny,
right.
do we have anything on a demolition for 277 High Road, the old Plumber House? On the corner down here, Barton House. Most
The
recently.
Barton property.
You mean the original one where they're putting the addition on the side of it?
Yeah, because they had to tear down the building that was there. I was wondering if they had, I don't remember seeing a demolition permit go by us on that.
There was a building there on the side of the house?
Attached to the side, they tore it down and replaced it with a bigger building on the side of the house. It's got a flat roof.
Well, then that
Like
would mean
this-
no.
the sunroomy kind of thing.
No, this is the other side of the house.
Oh,
Well, you can see it from the street.
If you're looking at the house the glassed-in area was on the left side,
yeah.
correct?
No, I'm talking about the right side.
On the right side.
The right side.
There was a room in the back, there was a building that was added in the back. They tore that down and then put another building up back there, but a bigger piece. It's for their son to live in because he can't get up and down the stairs. And anyway, I'm just wondering, because I hadn't seen anything. I'm wondering how and the inside is completely gutted.
Really?
Okay, I'll look on
I
270,
didn't hear anything.
277
I was
high.
just wondering on the outside that we, I thought maybe, well, anyway, I thought we should have been consulted on tearing down even though the building, the piece they tore down was an addition. It was newer.
Yeah, as far as the applicability of it, it's the structure and whole is it's not just little, whether we should be looking at one piece, it's the whole structure. So I'll look into that.
Well, it should have required a demolition permit.
Okay.
I mean, the Kinney's got one to remove the bathroom, that tack on. And then,
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to establish inroads with the new building commissioner and the assistant here.
I mean, to be fair, when he just started right before COVID hit, so we didn't really have a chance to really even establish any kind of a relationship as far as historical commission with the building inspector. I did give him information, and not long ago, I resent a lot of stuff that he should have available to him that he did acknowledge receipt of, like the Macris list and the DDB and places on our website that have this information on the town website. So not just not on the 1635, the actual town website for us, the historical commission.
So I gotta find out why I'm not getting any response from that office. I sent a letter of introduction to that office on 6/12/20 and didn't get a reply. And I sent a letter of discussion about 26 Elm Street to that office on 11/26/20 and did not get a reply. So we gotta get communication going back and forth. Next item is just more of an FYI. We, for those of you who didn't know, the Atkinson House on the Upper Green, the first period house with the picket fence, has sold, has new owners. Build date between 1654 and 1700. 5 Hanover Street is the address. So it does have a preservation restriction on it. Pretty much, I've read the preservation restriction. It's not long, but it's pretty much says you can't do anything to the house.
It's small but mighty.
It's small but mighty. It basically says, other than the shingling of the roof, you can't do anything. So I am just so we're on it. Now, Jan, what do you think, Jan? Do we send a memo to building commissioner's office that we need to be on the loop on everything for this property?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe just a couple line memo to the commissioner administrator that will be part of everything on 5 Hanover Street, short of the septic system.
Yeah, because they've got, my sister, somebody saw lumber delivered there, and of course they can replace, but only replace with lumber. They can't like put vinyl windows in and things like that.
But it has to be replaced with same.
Yeah, and they can put a porch.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Maybe it's because they already put the porch on. Did you send this email to all members, Jan?
Which email?
For Atkinson, the one with the 2 files on it.
I think I sent it to you because you asked me if I had it. but I can certainly send it out.
Yeah, please send it to all members so they can read it. The thing I'm pointing out here is on it, it doesn't say who the administrator is as far as department or board. It just says Town of Newbury. So that'll be a battle at some point, I guess. But maybe they'll be good keepers of the house and take care of it, not change anything. That's it on Atkinson House. Other housekeeping things, the 2 sets of plans that we talked to, that we were sent emails out about, that we were given copies of the, what is this one? Looking for the address. I think the address would be the first thing on the top.
You talk about 15 Coleman?
Yeah, 15, there it is, 15 Coleman Road. Clerk, please record that the site walk of 15 Coleman Road, the Historical Commission was not notified. And we also, the set of plans for 217 and 221 High Road also came across our desk. So both sets of plans, we took no action. We had no comment because there was no changes to nothing concerning historic houses were being done. So I still have the set of plans. Alex and Eva looked at them. I looked at them, just housing projects. But as far as Coleman Road goes, then none of the stone, the witch's stone, the house, the bigger barn, all is being saved. There's one small outbuilding they say can't be saved.
Are they not moving it? Did they talk at one point about moving it? They're not going to do that, right?
Honestly, I don't remember. There was.
I heard somebody say how they were going to move the building, and I was like, ooh, like, because of the way they wanted to do the road, but that got kiboshed apparently.
I don't know.
Okay.
I heard that the smallest there's like a full barn that's being saved. Then there was a small outbuilding that was not going to be saved.
Okay. There's a bunch over there. There was like a brick one too. I wonder which ones they mean.
So they'll need demo permits for those.
Okay.
So.
How many houses are they planning on putting? Okay. Isn't there like 30 acres there or something? Quite a bit of space.
Let me see if I can come up with it fast. 7 lot OSRD, 7 lots for 15 Coleman Road.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. Jamming
Blah,
back.
blah, 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 5 conventional lots. So it's 5 conventional lots. They're proposing under the OSRD 7 lots. So. Yeah, so.
How big is the property?
I can't remember it being quite.
Doesn't say on the cover page.
So they're asking for a break from the 40,000 square foot lot? To put
Yeah,
7 in?
it's the cluster zoning law, and when you cluster zone, they give you extra for cluster zoning. Open space residential development is what they're going for.
Current proposal shows a yield plan of 5 lots. The number of lots which the developer proposes could be created by right, and an OSRD concept plan of 7 lots, including a request for 2 bonus lots on a short cul-de-sac off Coleman Road.
It's
One of the lots includes the existing.
40, approximately 43 acres.
Yeah, see, there's quite a bit.
Oh, okay, so there's a lot of wetland that they can't build on then, probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a huge property.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know, I was looking at, well, I've got it on my screen here for this, with the satellite photo, I seem to remember, this has been around a while, right? Because I think I had the plan and I laid it out on the map. I seem to recall that. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, here's
What
some of
they
the,
don't need up there is a lot more open space, because there's plenty of open space there.
so here's the quote
Anyway.
from the cover page. The existing street presentation is dominated by a complex of buildings along with those stone walls, including the Witch's Stone, which is now located in the stone wall near the eastern edge of the frontage. Few mature trees and of varying health and picturesque stone walls on the west boundary with views of open field. Undeveloped forest property, Governor's Academy, open farm field, and few residents. Projects and project goals: preserve and enhance appropriate elements, existing complex of buildings, protect wetlands, forest, and selectively design and develop small residential neighborhood of high quality, reasonably sized homes.
Just one comment on preserving the existing structures. If I remember correctly, the main access highway that they're going to put in there from the road, the short, whatever they called it, looks like it's about 30 feet away from the existing house there. In other words, they're in order to get more lots in on the one side, they're smashing the road up against the existing house that they're supposedly enhancing. That's just a comment from when I laid this thing out and looked at where that driveway was.
Okay, here I found
There's a big 3-story house there right now with a barn and a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's the discussion on the buildings. Main house and barn proposed to remain in place. Shed/workshop is to propose to either be moved or measured and documented in detail. That's keywords for tearing down after they document it.
Maybe then that's why I
so-
heard about the moving something.
Yeah, so moved or documented, then torn down. So that's shed/workshop. So barn and house are staying.
They're
Okay.
staying, but there's going to be a road right on top of them. That's just a comment there, that the character of those houses is not being maintained.
The house is really beautiful on the inside. There's really not a lot that's been done to it. Like it's in really good condition.
It'll be right next to a road that serves 9 houses.
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, but at least,
I don't know if you've got that picture there, Channing, or not, that the layout of the property and where that access road's going to be. That was my only comment on it when I was looking at it.
Okay, okay.
It just smashes right up against that house. And again, this is my remembering back months
Up to
ago.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it was-
that's it for documents crossing the desk. New business. So we've got our budget for basically 2020 that we haven't spent any of it per se. I am going to jump on that. The sign that's at the Falls on Central Street needs to be redone. I'm going to contact the vendor that did it last time and see if he will do it again and possibly do it on a more permanent material.
Where's that sign where?
The sign that is at the Falls on Central Street in Byfield
Yep, I got it.
talks about the mills. We put that up about 10 years ago and the paint's peeling now. I want to contact that sign company, see if they can do it on metal or enamel or because the wood just doesn't last. So that brings up, so the original sign on wood was $600. I imagine a replacement will probably be a little more. So I'm working on that to maybe see if we can get that out of this year's budget. We've got through the spring for that. Does anybody else have any expenditures or large expenditures they're thinking of?
Well, it's not large, but, sorry, Lon, we need to get Rebecca's mother to take photos of the schoolhouse that we talked about in March of
Yeah,
2020.
last year.
Because we have no postcards. So if we open, we have no more interior postcards.
All right.
So we
And
need.
I don't know anybody that's got a decent camera, so.
Then they
Oh,
need
my mom was a photographer for years. She's got plenty of
If
cameras.
I can, if she calls me, I can walk across the street and let her in. anytime.
Yeah, I mean, totally. It's just, we just need to be able to get over there and do it. I mean, it's just
and
take
we-
some good
we-
pictures
we
on a
need
sun,
to-
on a nice day.
Because we'll want to put the pull down. the
Lines
shade,
up
put
and
them
stuff,
out.
yeah.
And change the children.
Move them around so they're not sitting in the
No,
exact same.
well, only one sits. These are permanent. The only thing that moves is their arms a little, but they can't.
Okay,
The little boy is sitting right now. They're the same mannequin. So if you take the hair
Oh, I
off,
see
you
your-
can't tell who's who.
gotcha.
So the little boy is currently sitting, George, and the little girl is standing at the chalkboard. So Nancy suggested, and I kind of agree with her, that we move the little girl to the sitting, clothes on her sitting, his clothes on him standing at the chalkboard. And then we just need to really clean up a little. I mean, nobody's been in there
Yeah,
really for a year.
yeah. I'm sure it's
Or
dusty and
longer,
it's cobwebs.
actually.
I get over there every once in a while and just go through and look around, but
Well, I've been in a few times.
I'm not doing
but
anything.
We haven't done a deep clean since the spring of
Before
19.
we opened in 2020.
2019.
Oh,
Everybody went down and we all cleaned and vacuumed.
We
and
never,
popped.
we
You're
never went
right.
last year.
Well, no, we couldn't.
Yeah,
right. I forgot. Yeah, that's
19.
2019. Holy God.
Yeah. And then there was one other thing. Oh, the organ,
Oh, yes, that's right.
the poor
I'll-
organ.
I'll check into that. It sounds like the bellows broke.
oh,
I brought my sister in, I dropped off those boxes and I said, I was showing her the organ and I said, the amazing thing is it still works. So I put the lid up to use it and I pumped away and not a note. And then I
Oh,
found the little
Did you pull the,
telltale droppings.
oh,
did you pull the things out?
I don't know.
The tabs? It
I
won't
might
work
not
if they're all shoved in, it won't work.
I
You
didn't
gotta
think I
pull, you
did
gotta pull some
before.
out.
I don't think I used to do that, but that's all right. If we could find someone to repair at all
Just
that
look at it,
organ,
yeah. Yeah,
that would take
I'll
care of the
check.
whole budget.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, by the way, we returned about $234, I believe, in 2020 that we didn't spend out of the general fund.
That's because we got those books and everything that helped.
Yeah.
And you made copies of the maps, right?
The other thing I was thinking about expenditure was those guys that did our map did such a great job. They also do globes. And I'm just, if there's any interest, I could get a bid.
do we have a globe to fix?
So
It's in the
I think it
corner.
was a gift from the governors, I think. wasn't
Oh,
it?
right. Yeah, yeah.
It's shrinking and it needs to be taken off, oiled, put back on again.
Gotcha.
It's a bunch of strips like banana
Yep.
peel strips, yeah. Anyway, the wood's fine.
Well,
Is it
everybody,
worth me checking into that?
I don't think that's that old.
It's not. Well, it's not like the building,
No,
but I'll bet it's early 1900s.
maybe.
Yeah, but the organ's
have to
early
go back and look at
1800s,
Oh,
so
no, yeah.
Yeah. Oregon's probably
organ, for
more
sure,
worth the
yeah.
investment.
I'll
And that's
hold, I'll hold off.
that's the original organ in the schoolhouse.
Huh. All right, so how, we're gonna get photos taken as soon as the snow melts. We gotta get these postcards ordered. I can't ever remember. Are we gonna do any of the stationery and the note cards and any of the other stuff?
Well, we still have a lot of the other postcards, I believe, and some of the cards. I'd have to look.
Use up what we have.
And
As
I've
much as
got tons,
possible.
I have tons of maps yet, so.
Yeah.
I had a lot of those printed up.
And we
haven't used.
probably should redo the schoolhouse brochure thing.
Okay.
We're probably gonna need more of those, do we? You know, the one we usually put out in the box?
Yeah, in the like grab and go little spot. So
Yeah.
people, yeah.
I'm not sure how many more we have of those.
And I've got stuff here. It's so humid out there. I keep it up here in my attic. So I'm in my second floor. So it's in the house, so it's dry.
Gotcha.
I'll see what I have in the boxes there.
Yeah, let's get an inventory done and let's keep pushing forward. So we got this stuff done. Now's the time. We got the
Yeah.
money.
Print it now and then we'll have them when we're ready to open.
Is there any other promotional materials or anything else we need for the schoolhouse or anything else we want to hand out or?
Well, we have the books. We have other postcards. Is there anything else? I know at one point we used to have something about who was in the first settlers
Like
burial
a,
ground or something, I think.
like a sheet for for people that are walking around the graveyard.
Well, it was a sheet with the names and everything on it. It wasn't a map really, but there is a
Yeah.
map, I think.
Oh, those things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got extra ones of the layout of the green from 1635.
Yeah.
I've got extra of those. I'm done on a parchment colored paper. So there's some of those left, but not what you're describing, not the graveyard thing.
All right, well, let's see if we can get this stuff dragged out and
I'll see
if
what
it's
I've got and make an inventory, and then I can let
digitally
everybody know.
usable and let's go to town on this stuff. Let's get it done.
Yeah,
about
because those postcards are the biggest seller, quote unquote. I mean, they're like the ice cream cone of the schoolhouse. Everybody wants one. It's amazing.
My store right now, I'm selling a lot of postcards, a lot of maps, even
Really?
the cards, like the greeting cards, we're selling those now. Yeah, people are looking for stuff to send back home.
I was gonna say it's correspondence is getting people are sending actual tactical things now. It's kinda
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Now if
so
they
it's
could write, it would be
180
nice.
degrees.
Yeah.
Cursive would be good.
My
So,
son's learning cursive right now. It's actually comical. Third grade.
So 'cause
so
we only have till June, we have to have, everything should be done and ready to be paid for by June 30th.
Oh, is that when it ends? Okay.
Fiscal budget.
Well, and there's $1,800 this time. We asked for money because the porta potty cost went up,
Yeah, and then we're doing that.
and now
We can't like
Yeah,
pay
right.
for the porta potty ahead. Like we can't like pay for it for next year.
no, I don't
I
know.
don't think that if we got caught, we'd be appreciated.
I know, we used to get bonuses at one company because they wanted to look poorer, so they'd cut us bonuses like the day of the end of the year, like,
Yeah.
so. Just like crazy, but you know, whatever works.
How
Yeah, I
many
don't know.
different postcards do we do? Approximately.
We could do like a sticker or
I think
something.
there's
too,
like
maybe.
six or seven different postcards, I think.
Right now, I think we have two, right? There's two postcards, one of the school and there's something else, another one.
There's a couple of them.
Well, there's one that's the statue out front, the ship.
Yeah.
Well, if we got 6 and we only got 2 available, then that means we need to order postcards.
Yeah.
So let's, because those are going to be expensive, let's do that.
How are we going to get them unless we've got the original photo? I'll see what we've got.
Dig around. See what I mean, you might be able to just.
Well, I've got on some of them. I've got the image.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we could.
You can't print it unless it's unless it's whatever 500 dots per inch or something like this. So, but you can, as long as you can see the thing, you can increase the number of dots easy. I mean, you just multiply, enlarge it basically and
Right.
make it a higher resolution photo, except the resolution doesn't go up, just the number of dots does. You know what I mean?
I think what else?
I just, so I could, but like the photograph of the monument, I have the original from that, no problem. So I can just put as many dots as I want to in there. They can't print it unless it's a high enough resolution.
Right.
It's got to
And
have
would
the number of pixels has to be so
Yeah.
many per square inch.
Now, Lon, what about postcards printed in like sepia or in an antique finish instead of a shiny postcard? Do we do any of that?
Print it any way we want.
Yeah, we could. I like that idea.
Talking
So,
about a satin type finish instead, you mean?
I mean, if you went to Sturbridge Village, I don't think the postcards are all brand new, shiny.
Yeah, they're like matte maybe or something, so they don't.
Yeah,
look
with
That's what I
so-
meant, satin or matte, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them should just be black and white.
The one we have of the monument's just black and white, I believe.
So I've got a printing company that makes the flyers for my business down in Florida. I don't know what you've got, but we've got multiple places we can get these made too.
Yeah, because we've had this discussion before.
No doubt.
I've got to get 3 bids anyway, probably, unless, well, like, actually, if I use the guys down here at the Rotary, the town's got an account with them, so I don't have to do that.
Yeah, but they don't do postcards. Do they?
Cut and sorted and everything, you gotta, a business card, they do everything there. I can't even think what they're called now. But I haven't used
All right,
them.
well,
But
yeah, so
yeah.
let's get rolling on that. All right, my battery's about to die. Does anybody else have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna make a
We had a
motion.
meeting.
Woo! It's nice
Meeting.
seeing all of you.
So I make a motion, we adjourn at 8:35.
Second, Jan.
Second, Jan, all in favor?
Aye.
Shannon, yeah.
Oh,
Rebecca.
All right, that's it.
All right,
very well,
guys.
everybody.
Talk
Bye.
to you later. I'm gonna end this.
See you all.